It's Jeff FZ6R cycle. This morning, something a little different. We're gonna ride the FZ6R on our morning commute. Take a little bit different route. I'll explain that in a minute. Be a cold one this morning. It's 37 degrees when I left. So I'm gonna, even though it's cold, I'm gonna try to make it quick, which is pretty easy on this bike. Oh my word, good lord, I can't even see. Out of the danger zone as quickly as possible. It's a horrible interchange right there. Can't be helped. So why am I on an FZ6R? Where did it come from? Well, it came from Yamaha in 2013. And my son Alex picked it up last year because he wanted something different to ride than the CX, which is still not fixed. So he's always good at coming up with interesting things and coming home with stuff. It's like, I've never even heard of that, and I hadn't ever heard of this. Didn't know they made an FZ6. But that's what he found and that's what he wanted. It's a pretty cool bike. I'm not a sport bike guy. Very, very little experience on a sport bike. So all the gushing I have for this bike stems from the fact that I just don't have the experience on one of these that somebody else might have. So I think this is a really nice bike. The thing that impressed me the most probably was that you can ride around like this. I was thinking sport bike and it was going to have to be in the upper RPMs to function, and no, it runs just fine with low RPMs and around town and stuff. And that's what this bike does really well. Gets up to speed. That's why we took this route. Speed limit on this road is 75. So we can hang on this road. Yeah, this bike is amazingly fast. It stretches out so very well. And part of the reason I don't have a bike like this is because that's so much fun. And I have zero self-control when it comes to throttle, so absolutely cannot see what's behind me. That sun is just blinding this morning. You know, for being 37 and with an 85-mile-an-hour headwind, it's really not feeling that cold. This bike does have some wind protection. It's got a fairing, pretty much. I've definitely got more wind protection than the CB, so that's nice. It said the left lane was closed, but I'm guessing they haven't closed it quite yet, because this is the left lane and all I see are barrels off to the side, so my turn's up here on the left, so. Oh, that is the other thing that this bike just does so amazingly well. It handles like a dream. I don't think I've ever been on a bike that just it just feels amazing. I don't know how to describe it. It's planted, it's smooth. I mean, it just responds so well to any input you give it. And it's just smooth. Like, there's no hesitation. It's like, oh, you want to turn? Okay. We'll do that. Beautiful. Oh. There we go. There we go. Yeah. We're gonna have to roll back just a little bit. This section, speed limit's only 70, and I was well above that. This particular bike has an aftermarket controller and, as you can tell, an aftermarket exhaust. It's quite loud. I don't think I'd want to ride it for any length of time. And I have no idea what the controller does. I've not ever messed with any of that stuff, so this one, from what I've seen online, I think these are between 78 and 85 horsepower. Not sure. Could definitely be wrong on that, but I feel like this bike has more power than that. I really do. I had a 79 KZ1000 that was tuned right up, and it was factory rated at like 98 horsepower, and I think with what was done to it, we were over 100, if I would have to guess. And this bike feels like it has more than that. Definitely more on the top end. Maybe acceleration's about the same, but top end maybe a little more. But we get to see it on the wide open stretches of the expressway, and a little bit of turning there. There's not much turning in my area, so unfortunately there's not much traffic on this road this morning either, which is beautiful. Sometimes you get jammed right up because we've got a roundabout up here, a roundy round. And if we can keep from being sideswiped in it, it's a double lane through here, which is odd. That right there, those turns, absolutely beautiful. The big get right here, don't get behind a truck, any kind of truck. Although that truck's doing better than the car that's next to it. This is the exact type of stuff that surprised me about this particular bike, was this type of riding where you're in town and it's not a problem for it. I just don't understand why we can't do the speed limit. It irritates me so much. I'm not trying to break laws, but good God. And that's the fun part of this bike. Yeah, this bike handles this type of riding really well, actually. If you're Not like me and you're a big jerk, but again, the speed limit is 45. Don't understand. A nice, big, beautiful, sweeping turn that this thing is just feels. It has such a different feel than any bike I've ever ridden. My CB is nice, and I like riding it, and it's comfortable, and it handles just fine. But this just has a certain feel in that corner, like it is so confident and solid. And I don't really know how to explain it other than that. It just does it really well. That's a sport bike thing, so that's probably why I'm so unfamiliar with it. I have a feeling I'm waking some people up right now. My Harley's not this loud. There's just nothing you can do with it either. It's not like it's loud when you're accelerating. It's just loud. Because I'm not really accelerating. I'm doing 4,000 RPMs. Truck this morning. Usually it's past Great All. I really want to go over in the right lane and pass everybody, but I'm going to be good because we're right on track with the speed limit, so right on track with where I should be running. I got to remember I'm in top gear. I don't know if the speedo's correct because last Thursday, Friday, I rode the truck and like we were doing 61 down through here, and right now it says we're doing 65. So I don't know how accurate that speedo is. It's probably pretty close, but so, yeah, I'm really surprised at how not cold I am. Red line on this is almost 12,000 RPMs. And it really, it told me that it really likes to ride up in that range. This bike's told me 3 things. It likes to ride up in that high RPM range. It likes cornering. And it likes to be ridden a lot. So, you know, I have to listen to the bike. It told me that I have to do those things, so I'm doing that thing. I got more miles on this year than Alex has for sure. He said he doesn't like riding until it's 70 degrees, so he's got a little ways. I'm surprised he hasn't asked me to deliver it or actually come and got it. He works a weird afternoon overnight shift. So he gets out like in the middle of the night, so it's usually cold. But he doesn't have that far to ride, so I don't know. It's only like 3 miles or 4 miles from where he lives, so. Yeah, that sun is something else this morning. It's blinding. I'm glad I'm driving west instead of east. Would this make a good commuter bike? I don't think it would be terrible. If you want a commuter bike that you can take out on the weekends and like carve canyons and whatever, have some fun that kind of way, then yeah, this would probably work for you. There will be no hard acceleration off of this line. top gear. Don't need to shift anymore. An Illinois plate, we're not in an area you'd expect to see an Illinois plate. Don't know what FP means on it. So when I make my left turn up here, I'm going to do a hard roll on. I'm planning on it. We'll see how it works out. And I also did that with the CB in my CB video. So I'm going to do a hard roll on, and I'm going to stop at 80 miles an hour because I just don't really want to go that fast on that road. Hey, somebody else rode today. And you'll just see the acceleration. Of course, I get to follow the guy in the black truck. So you can just get a sense of that acceleration that this thing has. Again, it's me gushing over a sport bike that I don't ever ride. Oh good, I have to wait. Which works out perfect because of what I want to do. Alright, here we go. 60, 80. Yeah, I think I was here before I hit 80 on the CB. This thing just sparks up so hard and fast, and it just loves it. And again, you sport bike guys are like, yeah, he does it all the time. I get it. I know why you ride sport bikes, but I don't. So I love that feeling. It is an amazing feeling to go that fast, that fast. This thing has pretty good wind protection. I know I've mentioned that, but it's just amazing because I know when I'm on the CB, I have like 0 wind protection, and it is on a morning like this, I'm freezing when I get here. So it's really nice to be on a bike that made a short trip short because of the speeds we can travel. Ooh. Yeah, not as cold as what I usually am on the CB. I get to talk to you guys, and Miss Nikki can laugh at me because she's still in her car. There is the morning commute on the YZF. No, it's not a YZF, it's a FZ6R. Super fun bike. I could get in lots of trouble with it, so. The struggle is real. The struggle of trying to keep this thing around the speed limit. It's really my struggle. Scooter boy up here. I make fun of him, but I almost bought one. And I may buy one yet. There's a dead deer out in that field. So I came this way because, quite honestly, this is about as exciting curves as we get. There's a little bit right here on this road, and then once I get up over the bridge, there's a little bit. And this is my ride home. I typically take this route home, just as a change of scenery, and I get those curves. The curves up around the corner are they really are a lot of fun. Too bad the whole road isn't like that.
it's just begging. It's just begging. It's saying, lean me, make me turn. I don't know what kind of scooter that is. I wasn't close enough to see. He's doing the same thing I am today. He's not pushing it as hard as I am. There we go. You get a little bit on him. I'm holding 60. Oh man, this is the really fun part. And I had to slow down. I should go back and do it again. There's that switchback. You're in a hard left, and then it's boom, you gotta switch to the right. It's an intense feeling. It's a lot of fun. And I had to slow down because the scooter wasn't handling it apparently, and so that's all the fun I really wanted to show you on my way home. Yep, top gear. I've not counted, but this must be a 5-speed because I keep trying to hit that 6th gear, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is a 6-speed. I really don't know. I haven't counted. I'll leave the camera on until I get home. See if anything eventful happens, but road-wise, there's nothing eventful. Kind of in a hurry to get home tonight. I don't want to be screwing around too long. I could go down North or South River Road. Those are always fun roads. They say River Road and they kind of follow the river, but they're I guess the best description is they're not straight. They're not like super curvy and fun roads. They're just not straight. I could probably make it. Should I go for it? Nope, the car's turning. I'll behave, I'll behave. Boy's doing pretty good. He's out enjoying the sunshine. Chances are he's just making a big loop, because if you go down and make another right, you end up right back where we started, or in the same vicinity of where we started. Who knows? He's probably just out enjoying his day. Oh, he's stopping. I'm going to be good off of this stoplight. I'm not going to accelerate at a rapid pace. I'm just going to be good. Did you count those? Because I didn't. I'm in top gear, but I didn't count. I'm pretty sure there was 5. They always got bikes sitting there. They got the Harleys and the trikes and stuff. No sport bikes. I know I've probably talked about this in other videos, but we're entering an area that I have dubbed the Gauntlet. And from this road, which is Sass Road, this road up to where it connects with Saginaw Road, there is a tremendous amount of deer activity, and most of them don't make it across the road, I don't think. There was one time up on this corner of the spring, I think I counted 12 deer carcasses, and I can't always see all of them down in the ditch, but the ones I counted, there was 12. And it starts right in this area. It's so thick. I've seen them up in this field on the right, up in these trees, up in this section. I've seen them out here feeding. And so it's like I'm always take it really slow, always super careful, because I know this is an absolute horrible place for deer. Let's see how many we can count. There's one. That wasn't a deer. There was two. That one was pretty far gone. That was probably last fall. Two, there's how many down in there that we can't see? We're at two. This is the bad part where there's a bunch of them. 3, 4. There's one across the road. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and that's just the ones that I could spot down through there. 7 of them. That's why I call it the gauntlet. Because if you get through there without hitting one, you're doing pretty good. Do I want to go down River Road? Yes, I think I do. I went down it the other day on this. Corner. Oh, that is just beautiful. It just has such a different feel than any other bike I've ever been. It just has this amazing feel. See, this is the road that I said was just not straight. It's River Road, which is there's another dead one. It's River Road, which is typically a road that follows the river, so it's winding, twisting, turning. And there's another one. There's a whole bunch of them on this road too. Is that one there? No, that was just a piece of trash. So it kind of follows the river down here, but it's not what I would consider a twisty, turny, fun road. It's more of, like I said, not straight. I've noticed that this riding position is just a little lean forward, even more than the CB. So my left wrist I have issues with. It's not terrible, but as long as I'm being gentle with it. But I start hammering on stuff, it starts to hurt. And when I start leaning on it like this, it starts to hurt. So I'm at that point where I've leaned enough on this bike that it's like, I don't know if I'd want to go too far on this bike. I think as far as a sport bike goes, it has an upright riding position, but as far as just a regular motorcycle, it's a little lean forward. Rocks, hazard. All right, here we go, hitting the expressway. Can I behave? No, I cannot. I cannot behave. It makes such a glorious sound. It really does. The problem is that there's a Michigan State Police post at the next exit. And so a lot of times they're traveling one way or another on this particular road. So you really have to kind of be careful. This is a weird section of road because it's, what is it, 4 or 5 miles of this, and then it rolls into 10 and it kind of ends. It goes all the way down into Saginaw, but it's not divided highway like this. It's a really weird road. I'm being good. I'm being really good. I'm doing the speed limit. I like riding this bike on the expressway. I'm gonna keep it on the expressway. I'm gonna roll into 10, take the Auburn exit. Typically, if I took this route, I would get off on this road. I would take Salzburg and just take the back way into Auburn, and because I like riding back roads, but I don't generally ride a bike that has the kind of performance that this does to handle the maniacs on a 4-lane split road, which is in my terms it's an expressway or a freeway. Oh man, am I gonna get behind this guy on the on-ramp? What a buzzkill. Maybe he's westbound and he just goes west. He's gonna ruin the on-ramp for me. Cool. No! Last second he puts a turn signal on. Slows down the fun. Oh, that's right, they were working on this morning. This is a section of the road they were working on this morning. I was headed west. I don't know if they're working on eastbound. Apparently this was a huge mistake. Because if they're working on it, we're not going to get highway speeds. Yeah, I should have just stayed on Salzburg. That would have been the wise choice today. Quite often I don't make good choices. To say. Lane closures on US 10. Watch for backups. I'll be sure to avoid this road in the future. Wow, I wasn't even in top gear. I have a horrible time with this bike. Usually, I usually ride by ear, and if I'm not used to a bike like that, it's hard for me. I had a hard time on the Harley when I first bought it, knowing the sound it was supposed to be producing when I was in certain speeds. And once I develop that sense, then I do okay. You're not gonna... I don't understand these guys that can lane split. That would, in this situation, that would just terrify me. Doing this speed, lane splitting. I got to get in front of Mr. Bax here, because that's my exit. Woo! Got some speed. We didn't hit triple digits, but we got some speed. Yeah, this thing. I'm gonna go home and park this bike. It's a little rowdy for me. Super fun bike. I really don't like that rattly backfire this thing does. I don't know if that's just from the muffler. It's a pretty open muffler. There's not a lot of sound deadening going on. There it is again. Not real sure what gear I'm supposed to be in. Just because I'm not familiar with this bike. And I'm spoiled by the Harley. It cancels the turn signals for me. It just has an amazing feel when I do that. I'm totally gushing about the turning ability on this bike. It's just, in my opinion, is just amazing. The way it just rolls into a turn. Super fun, super fun. Love this bike. Can't get enough of it. Careful, or run into top or dodge. Somebody's waiting for me. Look at there. There it is. Oh, Mama's home. I just saw her pull up. She could be mad I took the boy's bike. Well, there it is. Probably can't see very well in the sun, but that bike is really fun, and as you can see, I have very little self-control on it, so it's probably a good thing that I do not own it, and it does not sit in my pole barn all the time. So Alex is going to come get it, or I'll take it to him at some point soon, and then I won't be tempted to ride it like that. So that is the end of my commute, and hope you enjoyed it, and if you're out riding, ride safe.